NewGenGamers.com.
Hello everybody, and welcome to NewGenGamers.com's Console Wars of the Past. This is Ray, playing the part of Mario, and this is Ron.
I'll be Donkey Kong today.
Alright, well we don't seem to have the damsel in distress, so...
But I am naked, so if that counts.
That was just disturbing. Okay.
You're the one sitting next to me.
Yes, I know. For the sake of these videos. Alright. So let's get into some Donkey Kong here. Now, we are covering the NES in this section of our Console Wars documentary. And this is the most iconic game. This is the one that put Nintendo on the map, basically.
Yeah, this was their breakout hit in the arcade scene. And so we're going to be looking at some of the pivotal games that made Nintendo an early success and made the Nintendo Entertainment System and the Famicom, as it was called in Japan, the most popular systems of their time, and there was a reason for it. Great marketing, great games, and so we're going to be looking at everything that went along with that.
And this system also went down as probably one of the most well-known systems of all time as well. If you look back, you even look in today's marketing, you'll see like things that make NES references, like the Konami code and like just the controller and everything. I'm wearing a Goomba shirt, by the way. So, you know, you see tons of like just reference to this system.
And Ray didn't wear that shirt just because we were recording this. That's just what he wears.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was between this and my Steelers Super Bowl t-shirt. I went with the Goomba today. As you can see, we're progressing through here.
So we're looking at Donkey Kong. It originally came out in 1981 in the arcades. And this is the best home version of it up to that point because earlier versions that were done on other consoles
look like crap.
They looked like crap. They were really limited, whereas this was essentially the full port of the arcade game. And you didn't just get Donkey Kong on this, you also got Donkey Kong Jr., which we'll take a look at. So this was a 2-for-1 deal as well. So really a great package, and still a really great, fun, popular game. And it took off in the arcades in Japan, and Nintendo of America was formed to market this game in America and to distribute it.
Yeah, this is the one that basically, you know, made Nintendo popular and created an icon in the gaming industry. This was the first game by famed designer Shigeru Miyamoto.
Well, we'll get more into him as we go here, but let's talk about early Nintendo of America once this game was launched, because up to this point there was no Nintendo of America for their arcade venture. We simply had Nintendo in Japan and different companies distributing the games in America, and Nintendo was not happy with these deals, and so they decided to open their own American firm and sell them directly.
Yeah, and what happened was Hiroshi Yamauchi sent over his son-in-law to form Nintendo of America.
Hiroshi Yamauchi being Nintendo's president for basically the latter half of the 20th century.
Yeah, he took over in, what, 1949, I believe it was?
Yes, so we'll be talking about him a lot here as we go along as well.
Sorry, I reference these people just, you know, in passing, just because I've heard their names so many times.
Yeah, all these people at Nintendo are now, at this point, legends in the industry. So they're rather well known, but you know, we want to cover the whole story here. So Hiroshi Yamauchi sends his son-in-law Minoru Arakawa to America, to New York City, to sell Nintendo games.
And it works out pretty well for them. I mean, in the early run, they didn't have too much success. They created a game called Radar Scope, which did not sell at all. It was a pretty horrible title, to be honest.
And that was Shigeru Miyamoto's first project with the company that he was involved with. And so that was an attempt, and the first time that we saw all of the big names at Nintendo, who would be Shigeru Miyamoto, Gunpei Yokoi, Hiroshi Yamauchi, and then Minoru Arakawa, who would come in when they came to America. They were all involved in Radar Scope. But it was not a great game and was not a huge success.
Yeah, I don't know. That one just kind of stuck with the traditional, like, Space Doom type thing, or...
Yeah, they didn't think outside the box, which is where Nintendo took off. So, what did happen was Shigeru Miyamoto liked what they had created and decided to take the game engine and take the game board and make a different game out of it.
And he took that game and decided to come up with just a fun idea that, where there was this giant monkey who had taken this woman captive, and the kind of the literal translation of Donkey Kong is just stupid ape.
Yes.
And they actually got into a little bit of trouble with Universal because they thought they were ripping off King Kong. There was a whole lawsuit about it.
Yeah, because in the poorly translated Japanese dictionary that they were using, when they looked up the English version of an ape or a large monkey, it said Kong.
Yeah.
So Nintendo thought that a monkey was called a Kong in America. An ape was a Kong. So they named the character Kong. Now, the donkey part was, again, a poor English mistranslation. That was supposed to be an ass, a jerk, a protagonist.
Stupid.
And so when they looked up that translation, it brought up ass, which translated to donkey. So they ended up with Donkey Kong. And as you said, Universal tried suing them over the name infringement of using Kong. So this was successful. This was the first breakout hit for Shigeru Miyamoto, for Nintendo, and for Nintendo of America.
Now we're going to take a look at something that was launched a little bit later.
And the significant thing with this, too, was, as we said, it was not Space Doom. This was a completely outside the box crazy game, and what Shigeru Miyamoto would then make his name for doing. So let's move on.
What's it like to play the Nintendo Entertainment System? The Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with power.
NewGenGamers.com.